What's up people, welcome back to Rhys King's Game Channel. I am Rhys the King as always, and today we're on something a little bit different. It's going to be a speed build of something within Rise of the Titans. We're going to be building a Jurassic Park. I'm going to be doing this in creative. I don't normally do things in creative, but hey guys, for something like this I think we can add just that little bit more something to it. And I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be split down into parts, guys, so this is part one. If you enjoy this, then make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new, then hit subscribe to catch the rest of this as well. And guys, let's enjoy this. It's going to be something fantastic. To start with, I'd already made this platform sort of to get an idea of the size and scale of things, and what I wanted to do is I started decorating it in order to make it look a little bit more rich in the sort of like all of the nature around it and stuff. I mean, if you look at any photos or stills of the film or watch the film, you notice that there is a lot of shrubbery and a lot of cool looking plants and stuff. They're kind of hard to replicate in Minecraft, so what I tried to go for is that long grass sort of look and feel, and I feel like we achieved it, you know? So next I started thinking that I needed to build on the gate, because it's kind of the iconic thing, the main thing that you know about Jurassic Park, I would say, other than the dinosaurs, is probably that massive gate out of the first movie. And I kind of wanted to hit it, you know, well, I mean, building in Minecraft's always a little bit of a challenge because, you know, you've got squares, you can't build any other shapes. I mean, with mods like the carpenter's block and stuff, that's really useful and you can create some really good shapes, and that will come to play in this just in a little bit. You know, as I was marking out the shapes and sizes that I wanted, I'm always trying to think a few steps ahead of myself. And a few people have asked me in the past about building in Minecraft and stuff, and that's like the one thing that I'd always say is just plan it out in your head first, really get that imaginative idea, and then you can just, you know, pull away from material and leave it looking something, you know, pretty interesting. This one I decided to pop in the carpenter's blocks and try and tie everything together a little bit, make it feel a little less blocky. As I was saying, you know, it is one of those things where you really don't want it to look too natural, and you don't want it to look too man-made. So you kind of got to go for the happy medium, and that's where I feel carpenter's blocks start coming into play. So at this point I was thinking to myself, man, how the hell am I going to make these sort of gates work? Because again, another iconic thing is the big gates opening. So what I thought I'd use is some drawbridges. I went and pinched some from the base, popped those down. What I didn't realise at first is when I was searching for some wood, I found these awesome little panel things. You're going to see my error of my ways in a second or two. So as you can see, I'm placing it in everything, trying to get it all ready, test it all out and stuff. I still need to wire it up and things at the moment, so it's kind of still not running through my head that I actually definitely have placed the wrong material inside of it. But sometimes with great mistake you can make a really good discovery at the same time, and in doing that I ended up finding the right material that I wanted for the job. But we placed in the wiring anyway for the drawbridge system, leaving it out to a switch. Now I'm kind of thinking and toying with the idea of changing it over to a pressure pad, so that when you approach it, it will, you know, the drawbridge will drop. But the only thing with the pressure pads is actually the time delay on them can be a little frustrating. So there you've seen my grave mistake, where it didn't really work out the way I'd planned. But hey, like I said, I found a much nicer wood that I felt suited it better, and I also put a little treat in there as well to make it look a little less blocky again and try and just bring in those angles. So yeah, there you go, you can see I kind of use a bit of an archway type shape now, looking pretty. Now the other thing that I felt was quite iconic were the torches and the flames that were actually on the gates. So I found these massive torches that were in I can't remember what mod they were off of, but it was a really cool looking torch, and yeah, it looked pretty cool. So I'm going to just fill in the edges with the smaller torches as well, which I think will kind of tie it all together a little bit, because at this point I was kind of thinking it was still missing that flame that I wanted. So by putting these extra torches in, I felt like it sort of tied the whole gate together and made it what I wanted out of it. And I feel like at this point I'm fairly pleased with that. So we're going to move on, we're going to start thinking about the size of the park that we're going to want. And at this point I started realising that actually we're going to need some real ridiculous sized space, because these animals, they are friggin' huge. So I'm starting to lay out in my head, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be building within the park as well, which is something we'll be doing in the series. I want to be able to build something pretty fantastic, and I want to be able to build something perhaps where we can build the dinosaurs and grow the dinosaurs, harvest them, and so on and so forth within one unit. So I'm thinking the main building at Jurassic Park, we might try and replicate that. Maybe a hanging T-Rex? I'm not sure if we'll go that far. But I really want to get this looking somewhere really cool. So I'm kind of terraforming the area at the moment and trying to achieve what I'm saying in the space and size, and just trying to get a real idea of how much space and size we might actually need for this. Bearing in mind I've got to fence all of this off as well. I've got to keep all of these sorts together. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. We're pretty much towards the end of the episode now. I've really enjoyed doing this, and hopefully you've enjoyed it too. Please hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe too. See you in the next one. Bye bye!